Yep. Juggle it.
Testes, testes.
Yay. Testes, testes. Scrotum.
1, 2, 3.
As does. Hi.
Hi.
So, dancing and movement is about so much more than your feet. You put so much musicality into your hands and into your prop. You move with your prop like it's a partner. How do you approach the musicality of that many props and your hands together? Like, what are the thought processes and your technique in moving all these things to music?
Well, I'm not really much of a dancer. Most people would dance or however you do that. I've been dancing with my hands way more than I've danced, with my feet. And it's pretty easy now for me to see what's coming up in music, where to put like high throws, and all that sort of thing. I don't know what else to say about that.
All right, well then,
I just felt it.
can you talk to us a little bit about your process with music versus skills first? How did you come about picking song, or was it your choreography that came first?
Okay, every time I make an act, I think that I should pick the music first and then build an act around there, right? Because it's easy to fill in with all the tricks that I already have. And I never do it. Every time I make an act and then I'm like, shit, I have to find some music for this. And this time it was closer. I knew a band that I wanted to use. And then I made an act and I was like, shh. But that only gave me like a select number of songs to choose from. But I would suggest coming up with a song first, because I think a song, when I hear a song, I'm like, oh, this would be a really cool this act, or this act. I'm like, I can think of all these cool things to put to it. I always do it backwards, so.
Another quick question about your choreography and your approach to dealing with drops, and your approach to dealing with an audience along with that.
Well, my character is kind of like shy-ish, so I try to work that in there. So it's really easy when I drop and I feel kind of crappy. So it's just, I don't try to hide it really most of the time. With an audience like you guys, it's great because you guys are awesome.
Exactly.
I love you.
Hey, so,
Much.
I've got a couple of questions. They're pretty straightforward. First one is, where did you get the inspiration for the cup? Second one is, how difficult was it to integrate that into juggling? And third one is, how does that work with site swap?
Okay, the first one, I got the cup. My friend worked at a coffee shop, and she gave this cup to me, and I use it every day, pretty much, for work. I drink a lot of coffee. And it was easy to come up with, make tricks. I mean, it took a long time, but I was just at work. I had nothing, and I'm a juggler, so I'm constantly messing with things. So that's how I came up with all the tricks that I have in there. It was just every day I was just doing it without even thinking about it. And the site swaps, it sucks with site swaps. It really does. To try to stay away from this.
Yeah, tell us a little about site swaps.
Right. Site swap, that would be way too hard to explain. You look it up on the internet. If you feel like it sucks. Yeah, it's a way of showing people various tricks depending on the heights of the balls. They all have numbers associated with them. So, for instance, a 5-ball trick, 9-7-5-3-1. That's when you throw one up high, and another one lower, and then lower and lower, and then you pass the other one across. And it's called 9-7-5-3-1. If anybody asks you, trivia.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.